So this is an email I sent to Kelsey Beecham, my former therapist, and the reason I sent this is because based on the information I have had made available to me by her supervisor, and by Lenape Valley, the only conclusion that I can honestly come to is that she is most likely actively or was actively working with these people, or in some way was led to believe that the people online that have been harassing me, that I've been telling Lenape Valley about for well over half a decade now, that somehow they were telling the truth, and she completely ignored all of my past history with Lenape Valley, as did the rest of Lenape Valley, including the fact that Lenape Valley had tried to 302 me for persecutory delusions, which were for persecutory delusions of the harassment, saying that the harassment didn't exist. Then they're saying that Kelsey said to me that the harassment was due to my behavior, and that my behavior, like trying to imply that what these people were doing was the right thing. Okay? Now, this is before she had talked me into working with her. Okay? After she had talked me into working with her, I think what happened is when she realized I was not going to just let this shit go away until I got an answer from this organization that actually makes sense. And they can't do that because the only answer they can give me that makes sense will show that they have been working with and covering up the behaviors of the people that have been stalking, harassing, and threatening me. Or at least that's what I have to believe. Otherwise, they would have told me the truth. They would have started telling me the truth, they would have continued telling me the truth, and this would have been over at the beginning, instead of them trying to make up that I had persecutory delusions, and then them trying to make up that I was being harassed on behalf of the public by the people online, and then to make up the fact that, or not, to make up that they always agreed with me. And then furthermore, after they had said that they always agreed with me, then trying to swat me, which is what Chris Thompson did. First he said Lenape Valley always agreed with me, and then bada bing, bada boom, he's trying to swat me by claiming false things about me. So, I mean, and that's the other thing, is there's people involved in this that makes no sense. So, because they're accusing me of threatening them and making intimidating videos, which I guess being exposed is considered making intimidating videos, I said, I wish to be crystal clear. I am not making a threat, nor have I never made. I accidentally, you have to understand, I was tired when I wrote this. It was at like 2 a.m. I said, nor have I never made a threat to you or anyone else at Lenape Valley Foundation. I am simply letting you know that I know what you did. I am not trying to intimidate you in any way. Again, I am not trying to intimidate her in any way. Because unlike her, I said, unlike you, your co-workers, and the people online that you very obviously are working with, I have matured past the stage of an infantile narcissist. I said there are a number of reactions that you had during our sessions, which show me that you were clearly all in regards to the smear campaign against me. First, your initial attempt to justify the harassment of me and vandalism of my property by asking in an accusatory manner, why are they harassing you? Second, when you tried to explain to me that these folks saw themselves as vigilantes, when I responded that they were merely losers that lived in their mom's basements, you appeared to become annoyed. Okay? Why would she become annoyed unless she knows these people personally or is one of these people? Okay? That's the only way she'd become annoyed at that. Okay? Third, I pointed out that these people with their obsessive behavior most likely suffered from autism spectrum disorder based on DOJ research regarding cyber terrorists, cyber stalkers, and cyber stalkers. And she childishly responded, like literally like a child, maybe you have an autism spectrum disorder. Like literally, like a little kid on a schoolyard. I said, the fact that I trusted you is, if anything, a sign of my own stupidity and weakness. I let you convince me of certain things, like that you were trying to help me, and that you wanted me to get better, and when in reality, when all is weighed out, I said weighed are, but I should be weighed out with a sober mind and proper insight, when looking at the whole picture and weighing the words and actions of all parties involved, it seems very, very clear that you were of this nonsense, you were part of this nonsense from the beginning, and that you willingly went along with the promulgation of lies about me for the express purpose of hurting me by making it appear as though I was guilty of things I wasn't. The question I posed to you of, quote, why didn't you go to the police like Pennsylvania law states that you must if you believed I was guilty of the things you claim you and your supervisors thought I was guilty of, answers itself. In that, meaning they never answered that. And that's the truth. If they really thought I was guilty of the things that they said I was guilty of, that they claimed I was guilty of, they are required by Pennsylvania law to go to the police. They did not. Instead of going to the police to launch an investigation, they launched their own investigation, which is unethical, number one, and ridiculous, number two, and number three, it's illegal. Because by law, if they believe that I'm doing the things that they claimed that they believed I was doing, they are required by law to go to law enforcement. Okay? And I said it answers itself, and that you already knew that I was innocent. And the whole point was to help the people online in their campaign of harassment against me. Why hasn't anyone been honest with me yet? That also answers itself, in the sense that if you or anyone at Lenape Valley or Bucks County actually told the truth, it would prove that you're working with a group of people online that have continually threatened and harassed me, as well as have vandalized my property, my car numerous times, and burglarized my ex-girlfriend's car. After discovering your political and social leanings towards radical anti-American leftism, which your defense of BLM's campaign of terrorism against our republic during one of our sessions should have been a clue, shows me that you got roped into this as a means to satisfy your urge to victimize a person that you considered your enemy as a white, heterosexual, pro-American man. Nobody has been able to prove anything other than that Lenape Valley Foundation took it upon themselves to launch an investigation into me for what purpose besides victimizing me is beyond my ability to reason out, and without anyone from your organization providing an honest and straightforward response that is universally consistent, I don't know what else to think. The sad thing is that I not only gave you the benefit of the doubt, I gave Allison and everyone else the benefit of the doubt. That perhaps there was simply a mistake made, and I turned a blind eye towards your immature and unethical behaviors in session. You can blame it on vicarious trauma, which she did, but we both know you just wanted to fuck me because you perceived me as your ideological adversary. Because you, like all women that are driven to succeed at the cost of chronic exhaustion, have a very real lack of true self-worth and a need to prove that you're equal to men at every turn. And if you can victimize a man, that's all the better. Because you view white men as the oppressor, and you're just getting even for the wrongs other white men have performed. That's all for this video.